The Old Guard 2 2025 Full Movie Review and Facts Cinematic. Welcome back to Cinematic. Today, we dive deep into one of the most anticipated sequels of this decade, The Old Guard 2 2025. Picking up where the first film left off, the sequel plunges us back into a world of ancient warriors struggling with immortality, morality, and their place in a rapidly evolving world. Charlize Theron reprises her role as the fierce and enigmatic Andy, a character whose layers are peeled back even further this time. This film does not merely serve as a continuation but as a profound exploration of what it means to live forever and the burdens carried over centuries. In The Old Guard 2, the narrative takes a darker and more introspective turn, with Andy grappling not only with external threats but also with internal demons that question her very purpose. We see deeper explorations into the personal stories of other immortal warriors, each carrying their own trauma and sense of guilt or loss. Director Victoria Mahoney, who took over from Gina Prince-Bythewood, brings a fresh visual style and a more intimate emotional focus, adding a new flavor to the brutal and raw action sequences. As the world continues to evolve technologically and morally, the ancient Guard members are confronted with new ethical dilemmas, forcing them to reassess their loyalty to humanity. The cinematography deserves a special mention. Every frame feels meticulously crafted, combining sweeping landscapes with close, emotional shots that capture the character's vulnerability. The screenplay skillfully balances large-scale action with philosophical discussions about life, love, and redemption. All these elements make The Old Guard 2 not just a typical action sequel, but a profound character-driven epic. As a result, it cements itself as a standout entry in the genre, offering fans something far deeper than expected. One of the film's biggest strengths lies in its character development. In The Old Guard 2, each immortal is given more screen time to explore their backstories and inner conflicts. We finally learn more about Booker's haunting regrets after betraying the group in the first film, as he now seeks redemption and forgiveness while battling intense loneliness. Niall, the new recruit introduced earlier, continues to struggle with her new identity and her place in the immortal family. Her arc is perhaps the most emotionally resonant, as she tries to reconcile her human emotions with her newfound responsibilities. Meanwhile, Joe and Nikki's relationship is beautifully fleshed out, serving as a symbol of timeless love amidst endless violence. Their chemistry continues to be a source of warmth and hope, providing emotional weight to the film's otherwise dark themes. The introduction of new characters, including other immortals and antagonists, adds layers to the narrative, raising the stakes in unexpected ways. The main antagonist is not a typical villain, but rather a morally complex figure whose motivations challenge the protagonists to confront their own values and choices. This nuanced approach makes the conflict more engaging and less predictable. The film also expands on the mythology of the immortals, offering tantalizing glimpses into their origin and the mysterious forces governing their lives. Through ancient flashbacks and cryptic clues, The Old Guard 2 teases future possibilities while grounding the story in deeply personal stakes. The combination of intimate storytelling and high-octane action sequences keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. Every fight feels visceral and earned thanks to the impeccable choreography and the actors' commitment to their roles. This film is not just a battle against external enemies but an introspective journey into each character's soul. Action fans will be thrilled to see The Old Guard 2 delivering on its promise of adrenaline-pumping sequences, but what sets it apart is how each fight is infused with emotional weight. Every gunfight, sword duel, and hand-to-hand combat feels like a chapter in a larger existential struggle. The choreography is more refined than in the first film, with a stronger focus on realism and physicality. We can sense the centuries of experience behind every move, making each scene feel both epic and deeply personal. Cinematographer Barry Ackroyd's work shines here, capturing the raw brutality and elegance of each sequence while also highlighting the moments of vulnerability between the action. The production design deserves equal praise. From ancient battlefields to modern urban landscapes, each set piece is meticulously detailed and visually stunning. The soundtrack, composed by Volker Bertelmann, complements the shifting tones of the film perfectly, moving seamlessly from haunting melodies to heart-pounding rhythms. These elements together create a cinematic experience that transcends the genre's usual limitations. While the action serves as a thrilling spectacle, it also deepens our understanding of the characters and their world. The film avoids gratuitous violence, instead using it as a tool to explore themes of grief, loss, and the cyclical nature of violence. Andy's confrontations, in particular, are laden with psychological depth as she faces adversaries who force her to question her mission and her legacy. Niall's growth as a warrior and a leader is beautifully mirrored in her evolving fighting style, which becomes more confident and precise as she embraces her role. Overall, the action in The Old Guard 2 is not just about who wins or loses, but about what is lost or gained in each encounter. The film makes a bold statement that immortality is not a gift but a continuous struggle against despair and detachment. Another remarkable aspect of The Old Guard 2 is how it dives into the philosophical and moral implications of immortality. The film doesn't shy away from asking difficult questions. What does it mean to live forever while watching everyone you love die? How do you maintain a sense of humanity and purpose over centuries of endless conflict? These questions are not only posed but also woven into the narrative in subtle, powerful ways. Through quiet conversations, haunting dreams, and small gestures, the characters reveal the psychological scars that centuries of war and loss have left on them. This introspective layer is one of the film's greatest strengths, setting it apart from most action blockbusters. The script allows space for silence and reflection, trusting the audience to engage with the deeper existential themes without spoon-feeding answers. Andy's internal struggle is particularly poignant. She is depicted as a weary warrior burdened by endless responsibility and a growing sense of futility. Her mentorship of Niall evolves into a complex dynamic where she imparts hard-earned wisdom while also confronting her own diminishing faith in their cause. Meanwhile, Booker's path to redemption becomes a metaphor for humanity's capacity for forgiveness and change. The film cleverly juxtaposes these deeply personal arcs with global conflicts and corporate greed, drawing parallels between personal and collective struggles. It also hints at the possibility that perhaps even immortals can find peace, albeit in unexpected ways. By grounding these cosmic questions in relatable human emotions, The Old Guard 2 resonates on both a visceral and intellectual level. The film is not afraid to challenge viewers, prompting them to consider their own beliefs about mortality, legacy, and the nature of heroism. Visually, The Old Guard 2 is a masterpiece. Every shot feels purposeful, whether it's the sweeping vistas of desolate battlefields or the intimate close-ups capturing a character's fleeting vulnerability. The use of natural light in certain scenes, particularly those set in ancient flashbacks, adds a timeless quality to the visuals, enhancing the mythic aura surrounding the immortals. The color palette is carefully chosen to reflect the film's shifting emotional tones, warm and vibrant during moments of hope and connection, cold and desaturated in scenes of despair and violence. The editing style is confident and patient, allowing scenes to breathe and characters to occupy space in meaningful ways. This approach gives the audience time to absorb the weight of each moment, whether it's an explosive fight or a quiet, contemplative exchange. The costume design also deserves special mention, subtly evolving to reflect each character's personal journey and cultural background while remaining practical for combat. The attention to detail in the props, weapons, and historical artifacts enriches the world building, making the immortal warriors' past lives feel tangible and real. The blending of historical and modern elements creates a fascinating aesthetic that feels both ancient and futuristic. The sound design further immerses viewers into the story with carefully crafted auditory cues that heighten tension and emphasize emotional beats. When combined with the evocative score, these elements create a sensory experience that lingers long after the credits roll. The Old Guard 2 doesn't just aim to entertain, it aspires to create a cinematic tapestry that is as intellectually stimulating as it is visually arresting. It is a testament to the power of film as a medium for storytelling that transcends mere spectacle. Thematically, The Old Guard 2 explores the complexities of loyalty and betrayal in profound ways. The film delves into the gray areas of morality, questioning whether the ends truly justify the means. As the characters navigate shifting alliances and hidden agendas, they are forced to confront uncomfortable truths about themselves and each other. The tension between collective duty and individual desires is a central conflict, embodied in the evolving relationship between Andy and Niall. Their dynamic serves as a microcosm for the broader struggles within the group as each member grapples with their own sense of purpose and belonging. This exploration of interpersonal relationships adds a rich emotional texture to the film, making the stakes feel deeply personal. The film also introduces a compelling new antagonist whose ideology challenges the very foundation of the Immortals' existence. This character is not merely an obstacle to overcome but a catalyst for self-discovery and growth among the protagonists. By presenting a villain with understandable, even sympathetic motivations, The Old Guard 2 avoids the trap of black and white morality and instead embraces the complexity of human and immortal nature. The narrative cleverly weaves together past and present conflicts, using historical flashbacks to reveal how ancient betrayals continue to shape present-day choices. This storytelling approach deepens the sense of continuity and adds layers of meaning to each character's journey. It reminds viewers that the past is never truly gone and that the ghosts of former lives can haunt even the most timeless warriors. Ultimately, the film suggests that true strength lies not in invincibility but in the courage to face one's own flaws and to choose connection over isolation. From a cultural standpoint, The Old Guard 2 continues the franchise's commitment to representation and inclusivity. The diverse cast and international settings create a global tapestry that reflects the interconnectedness of human and immortal experiences. Joe and Nikki's relationship, portrayed with sensitivity and depth, stands out as one of the most authentic and heartfelt love stories in contemporary cinema. Niall's journey as a young black woman thrust into an immortal world brings fresh perspective and complexity, challenging traditional notions of heroism and legacy. The film also explores themes of found family and chosen kinship, emphasizing the importance of building bonds beyond bloodlines. This focus on emotional authenticity and diversity not only enriches the narrative but also resonates powerfully with modern audiences seeking stories that reflect the world's multifaceted realities. The cultural richness is further enhanced by the film's use of multiple languages and cultural references, grounding the fantastical elements in a tangible human context. Through its commitment to inclusivity, The Old Guard 2 challenges Hollywood norms and sets a new standard for representation in big-budget action films. Moreover, the film subtly critiques systems of power and oppression, drawing parallels between the Immortals' struggles and contemporary social issues. This layer of commentary adds a thought-provoking dimension to the story, encouraging viewers to consider the broader implications of the characters' actions. In doing so, The Old Guard 2 not only entertains but also engages in meaningful cultural dialogue, proving that action cinema can be both thrilling and intellectually stimulating. In conclusion, The Old Guard 2 is more than just a sequel, it is a cinematic triumph that deepens and expands upon the foundation laid by its predecessor. With its rich character development, breathtaking visuals, philosophical depth, and thrilling action, it offers a uniquely satisfying experience that lingers in the mind and heart. The film successfully balances intimate, character-driven storytelling with epic, high-stakes action, creating a rare blend that appeals to both the mind and the senses. Its exploration of immortality, loss, and the search for meaning resonates on a universal level, making it not just a film about warriors but about the essence of what it means to live and love. Charlize Theron delivers one of her most nuanced performances to date, supported by a stellar ensemble cast that brings authenticity and emotional weight to every scene. The film's technical excellence, from its stunning cinematography to its masterful sound design, elevates it beyond mere entertainment and into the realm of art. As a standalone film, it delivers a complete and compelling narrative, but it also leaves enough tantalizing threads to fuel speculation and excitement for potential future installments. The Old Guard 2 redefines what an action sequel can achieve, offering not only edge-of-your-seat thrills but also a profound meditation on the human condition. It is a testament to the power of storytelling to challenge, inspire, and transform. For fans of the first film and newcomers alike, this sequel is an unforgettable journey that demands to be experienced on the biggest screen possible. Cinematic proudly recommends The Old Guard 2 as one of the most thought-provoking and exhilarating films of the year, a must-watch masterpiece that will stand the test of time.